I claw my way through a world already half devoured by machines that feed on fear. Where the sky bleeds static and the sun flickers, screams like a dying seer. The last remnants of humanity hide in the rusted towers of bone, while the architects of doom chant formulas carved out of Cyclopean Stone. Those architects ain't human anymore, they shed their skins like serpents of ash, reborn as spectral tyrants who execute commandments in a cosmic flash. They bend space-time like wet metal, forging apocalyptic algorithm by hand, calculating precisely how fast civilization must collapse across each land. Cities crumble not by chance, but by rights encoded in quantum dust. And every fallen tower feeds a paranormal engine built on betrayal and rust. They weaponize gravity, used to defold continents like pages in the shroud. And every scream of the dying rising into the heavens like thunder too loud. The oceans bore with evidence awakened from epochs before the first star. And these beings drag nuclear submarines downward like sacrificial scar. The elites who summon them hide in subterranean citadels of chrome, watching the apocalypse through screens while calling the wasteland home. Their leaders speak in fractal tongues that twist the air like broken glass. And every order they give becomes a prophecy. The dam is past. Storms no longer form from wind, but from invisible machinery overhead. And lightning now writes sigils in the sky that mark the living and the dead. The moon fractures and bleeds, luminic mist that mutates the brain, turning it into sin and the night crawling shadows that worship the strange. I saw 1,000 corrupted souls walking in sync through the ruins of Rome, each with eyes hollowed out and replaced by a flickering monochrome dome. They chant the liturgy of extinction, reciting verses older than flesh. Verses that predict the final war where timelines collide and mesh. Their leaders call these verses into monoliths rising from the sea. Monoliths humming with power that bends geometry violently. Crackings of metal and bone coil around these pillars at night. Their tendrils crackling with electricity as they prepare for the last fight. As darkness domes the world, the central engine awakens with a roar of titan forged from forgotten god circuitry and primordial war. Its eyes burn like eclipse, collapsing into themselves. And it just houses a library where forbidden knowledge delves. This titan is worshipped by soldiers whose armor is carved from meteor skin, and whose veins circulate plasma extracted from the shadows of sin. They march beneath banners woven from the remnants of fallen suns. Every footstep shaking the earth as the apocalypse finally runs. The commanders ride beasts assembled from the remnants of galaxies dead. Creatures with jaws of antimatter and voices that fill minds with dread above them. The sky fractures like a mirror dropped by fate, exposing the cosmic labyrinth where the teddies of ruin await. Their wings span universes, the screams distort the mind, and every beat of those wings rewrites the fate of humankind. They ain't angels, demons, gods, nor any myth we ever knew. They are the architects of entropy, and apocalypse is overdue. The last resistance rises from the ashes, warriors cloaked in starlight's rage, carrying weapons forged from relics older than the cosmic age. They chant runes that ignite the ground beneath their feet, runes that turn despair into fire no darkness can defeat. But the serpents of iron descend in spirals of nightmare flame, tearing through armies like paper, leaving nothing but a name. And the name is some Olympian, the end making the final see. The symbol of an era dying, devoured by insatiable cosmic greed. The earth itself splits open like a book revealing its last page, and magma floods upward carrying shadows of an ancient rage. The continents scream as they collapse into a molten void, and in that scream is every prophecy humanity ignored or destroyed. The elite retreat into a vortex they call from dying space, but the vortex rooted, turning their sanctuary into a tomb with a trace. Their empire of deception is swallowed by the very monsters they bred, and the sky records their legacy in auroras of crimson red. The final silence falls, a silence too heavy to describe, as if the universe itself mourns the extinction of its own tribe. But in that silence buried beneath the rubble of everything we knew, a single ember glows, waiting to ignite a world made new. And the iron serpents coil back into the void, whispering one last decree: no empire built on shadows survives eternity.